Taurus, welcome to the channel today. This reading will be for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Taurus, let's see what messages we can get for you today, for your October. All right. Taurus, I hope you're having the best day possible so far today. We're going to get your card shuffled, laid out, and jump right into your reading. Let's see. What is going on with Taurus? Let's see what we could get for them for their October. All right, Taurus. Bottom of the deck, you pulled the Magician. The Magician is the master manifester. He has everything that he needs on the table here. He's got cups, he's got wands, he's got swords and pentacles, all the resources available to him. All he has to do is act, take action. Let's see how this plays out for the rest of your reading. Okay, Taurus, at the center of your reading, the energy that you're currently sitting in, you pulled. It looks like you're really currently focusing or sitting in the energy of pursuing something or someone that speaks to your heart. You're moving forward with that. You pulled the Knight of Cups. Okay. What or who are you going after, Taurus? Let's see. Your challenge for October, it's got something to do with the past here. You pulled the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is nostalgia, remembering or focusing on something positive, emotional from the past. So your challenge is either possibly to let go of the past or to try to reconnect with the past. We'll have to see how this is really challenging you for October. Okay, Taurus, what's your underlying motivation? You pulled the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. He's been through a lot of battles, and he's very defensive at this point, weary, but he's got one more push to get to that final victory. This is really a card of persistence. So you're really focusing on and being motivated by getting to that end, getting to the victory of whatever this is that's motivating you, and being persistent, being diligent with this. Keep going. All right, Taurus, whatever you're going after, good luck. Let's see, in your recent past, you pulled the King of Swords. This is either you or someone else that's really a boss or decision maker, someone who makes decisions really based on just the facts, not really a whole lot of emotions. This is the king of logic, the king of the mind, the king of strategy. So this could be you in the past making decisions, coming to the point where you're able to really master your mind, and being able to make decisions with a great deal of clarity. Hopefully this is you. Let's see. Taurus, what's at the top of your mind? What are you thinking about? You pulled the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is an energy of winning at all costs. Not really considering the impact of doing that, but really focusing strictly on, winning, and not really thinking about possibly any damage that may be done as a result of that path to winning. It's also an energy of picking your battles when you're feeling absolutely overwhelmed and knowing that, this really isn't a battle that you could win, and knowing when to walk away. So that's kind of what's at the top of your mind and what you're thinking about. I think we're going to clarify that a little bit later to see what that energy is really all about. And hopefully it's not any sort of negative self-thinking that's going on here. All right, Taurus, let's take a look at what's coming to you in the near future. Good stuff so far. Good stuff. So a new opportunity coming towards you in the near future. This is the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles represents you being presented with a new opportunity. Could be a new or improvement in your health, an improvement in financing, an opportunity to increase your financing or your finances, more money in your life. If this is relationship related, it's an opportunity for improvement in the relationship. So that's great. That's coming towards you in the near future. Taurus, let's see, how are you likely to handle this new opportunity, this new fortune, this new availability of resources that's headed towards you in the near future? For that, you pulled the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a leadership energy. It's an energy of a leader who is very inspirational to others, provides inspiration to others, and he really makes decisions on what he's really passionate about. So you're passionate about and headed towards something, as it shows here in the center of your spread, that really speaks to your heart. And it looks like your approach to whatever that is you're going to do it with passion, with enthusiasm, with confidence, and, inspiration. That's how you're going to make your decision as to how to handle this. Ace of Pentacles is an opportunity that's coming in towards you. Let's see, Taurus, what is in your external environment? What are your external influences? Okay. In your external environment, you pulled the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups is my pie in the sky, when pigs fly energy. This really enthusiastic, youthful energy of believing in miracles, that anything is possible. So in your external environment, there's potentially the availability or the opportunity to really believe in making the impossible possible. If this is a person in your environment, this could be a young person who's very enthusiastic, focusing on emotional fulfillment and really believing in miracles. So whether this is what's available to you in your environment as an energy, or whether this is someone young coming in with a message about potentially something that could speak to your heart, either one of those things is good to have in your environment. Let's see. What's your advice, Taurus, from Spirit? Spirit's advice to you is joy, a celebration. This is the Three of Cups. This is celebrating with your support group, your family, your crew, your favorite people, your close friends. This is your support network. So Spirit is really advising you, rely and remain close and celebrate with your support network here. So let's see, what is the potential outcome if you follow your likely approach of moving forward and making decisions with this King of Wands energy, this motivation, from your enthusiasm and making decisions based on what you're really inspired by, and also inspiring others. In that case, if you move forward in this energy, your potential outcome is a really good one. That is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, she is financially independent. She is someone who's worked really hard, built herself up from the ground up, and has a great deal of resources at her disposal financially. She's got enough pentacles here, which represent tangible things, good health, finances, money, an abundance. She's got enough to share with others and still have plenty left over for herself. This is a really self-made, independent energy. So if you move forward with your likely approach of this King of Wands energy, your likely or potential outcome is this Nine of Wands, this self-made, financially independent energy. Taurus, what is your likely outcome if you follow Spirit's advice of this joyful energy and remaining connected with your support group, family, crew, close friends? In that case, your potential outcome is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is trying to juggle, trying to balance. There's a lot going on. Having multiple plates spinning in the air, potentially. So I'm feeling, Taurus, since Spirit's advice is this joy and celebration, and your potential outcome, if you follow Spirit's advice, is this balancing energy. It looks like your potential outcome is really about having a work-life balance, give and take. If this is a relationship, if things balance out really well. If this is health related, getting your health in order and balanced. But it's looking like if you maintain this focus of really celebrating and being in a joyful energy, that you're going to be able to balance everything that you need to balance. Of course, obviously, if you continue with your approach of this King of Wands, this making decisions based on what you're enthusiastic about, you're going to end up with this independent energy, full of the ability to have the resources you need at your disposal. And, you're going to be able to balance all these things because you're going to have, a lot available to you. So you're going to be able to actually balance the joyful celebration and these practical, tangible responsibilities and resources that are available to you. So you can handle this, Taurus. You definitely are the one that could certainly handle having this balance of energies. Let's see, Taurus, I wanted to clarify this Five of Swords that's at the top of your mind that you're thinking about, this intense energy, this battle, or it could be just winning at all costs. But let's check out what's going on there and what's going on. What are you thinking about? What are you focusing on? What's on your mind with this Five of Energies, Five of Swords energy? Let's see, Taurus. What can we get for Taurus? What's going on with this Five of Swords energy? It's at the top of their mind. That's consuming their thoughts. Taurus. Let's take a look. There's a lot of choices here for you. And Spirit's doubling down with your Three of Cups. Okay. All right, so you pulled the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is you're being spoiled for choices. In these 7 cups, there are lots of options, but only one of these options is the best one for your life. And you also pulled, as a clarifier, the Three of Cups. This is, again, that celebration, that joy, that's, being with your crew, being with your support network, being with your close family or friends. And then you pulled the Justice card, which is really about fair decision making. Sometimes, depending on where it is, it's karmic balance, So Taurus, with this Five of Swords that's in the top of your mind, I'm thinking that this Seven of Cups is you mulling over all the choices, especially choices related to emotional outcomes regarding the people involved as a result of whatever you're thinking about here is this win that you have on your mind, this winning at all costs. And you pulled the Justice card, so it looks like, or I'm feeling that you're thinking about, you really want this win, whatever this is, you want it to happen, you want it to be victorious, but you're mulling over what's the best choice, the Seven of Cups, so that you can have the best possible outcome where it's fair to all the parties involved here. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for your Five of Swords at the top of your mind. I also wanted to take a look at your challenge for October, this Six of Cups in your challenge position, this nostalgic energy or memories from the past. How's that coming up as a challenge for you? I'm going to pull a couple more cards for that and see if we can figure out what that's all about in the challenge position for you. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's get a clarifier on this Six of Cups. Why is this a challenge for Taurus in October? Let's get one more here. Let's clarify this Six of Cups. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start back with your current energy, which is the Knight of Cups, really pursuing something that speaks to your heart, that emotionally fulfills your heart. That's your energy that you're currently sitting in for October. Then your challenge is the Six of Cups. This is nostalgia. This is the past. This is some sort of emotional connection from the past. Normally this will be a card of joy, of positive emotional feelings, but this is in your challenge position. So your clarifiers Again, the Knight of Cups. This is pursuing something that really speaks to your heart. And then you pull the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is sadness, it's loss, it's grief. And if you look at this Five of Cups, there's 3 spilt cups in front of him that he's focusing on. Cups are emotions, cups are intuition, cups are subconscious. But behind him are 2 cups that are full. Those are cups of joy, positive emotions, happiness. But he's steadfastly focusing on these 3 spilt cups instead of really turning around and seeing the opportunities that could be ahead of them. And then you pulled also the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords could mean heartbreak, painful disappointment, or painful realization. So it looks like your challenge in October with the 6 of Cups from the past is really not getting in an emotional space where you repeat the losses of the past and how they negatively impacted you emotionally. Because you have, you're pursuing in the past this thing or this person or whatever. This is looking like not necessarily a person, but a goal or something that really speaks to your heart. You're pursuing that in the past, previously. And something happened and it possibly didn't work out. And you had a loss or grief or sadness over the fact that it didn't work out. And it kind of broke your heart. That disappointment was a little bit tough on you, is emotionally painful on you. So your challenge is not to be overcome by what happened in the past. And you pursued this, it seems like, once in the past, and now you're going after it again. Knight of Cups. And because of the disappointment from the past, we don't want you to let that get in your way, okay? Because this gift from Spirit, this gift from the divine of this new opportunity is what's ahead of you. So we don't want the disappointments of the past, the losses of the past, to stop you from moving forward and pursuing whatever this is that speaks to your heart. Because ultimately your potential outcome with you standing strong as someone who makes decisions based on what they're passionate about, your outcome is all good. It's financial independence. It's having all the resources you need. So if that's, what the pursuit is, if that's what speaks to your heart, or some tangible project that really speaks to your heart, this is a great positive outcome. So we need to stay out of this energy of focusing on the loss of the past. Okay? Let's see, Taurus, before I wrap up your reading today, I want to pull a couple of oracle cards for you and see if we can get you some additional messages. Let's see, what else can we tell Taurus today for their October? Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. What else can we tell them today? Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. All right. Let's get an additional message for Taurus. What can we help them out with today? Let's see. Okay, you pulled solitude. So there's going to be a need to really be on your own. Independent. Of course. You can't make this stuff up. Okay, so The additional message from the divine, the additional message from infinite divine source, spirit, is on your own. And you pulled abundance. Get this to focus. There we go, abundance. And exactly, who is the nine of Pentacles that the energy you're gonna end up potentially in as a result of this? That's you, the Nine of Pentacles. She is abundance. She is independence. She is solitude, standing on her own. She is abundance. All the financial resources at your disposal that you need, with enough left over to share with others. Your October's looking pretty good, Taurus. All right. I think that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel, Taurus, and we'll see you again next month.